We all make mistakes, and that's okay, because the best thing that you can do is learn from ones that I've made. For those of you new here, hi, my name's Drew. I'm a voice actor, I'm a dungeon master. I make videos like this that you might find interesting or even useful. Now, as a dungeon master, it's very likely that you've come up with a plot for your players and their characters to go on, an adventure that you've written from start to finish, a storyline of epic proportions. However, that's not always how it's likely to play out. You see, what's also likely is that your players, as their characters, are going to want to have an adventure, so they may not always follow the direct route of the plot. Brennan Lee Mulligan sums this up really well with his river analogy, that the players and their characters are like a stream of water, and they will take the route of least resistance down the river's path. And your job is to put stones in their way for them to navigate around, and that is what creates the plot. Now, where was my mistake as a dungeon master in doing this? Well, my mistake was that I made so much plot that I sometimes didn't always leave room for the adventure side of it. Now, I did definitely try to strike a balance, and it's always important to strike a balance between plot and adventure. You don't want to have too much of one or too much of the other, because one way leads them down a railroad and the other is completely directionless with no end in sight. But what I had done is I had created this intricate storyline full of intrigue and plot turns for them to discover that I didn't really leave enough room for them to discover it on their own. The rule of threes is something that's quite important to remember. So in any given situation, if there's a vital piece of information for your players to find, give them 3 different ways in the given scenario that they can find it, depending on what route they take. So if there's a guard that they need to extract information from, they could either find a map or some written information in a diary on that guard's person. They could also interrogate him to get the information directly, or if they charm him, he could lead them to what they need. 3 different ways of finding that information that also helps the plot, but gives the players autonomy over how they find it. And that is where striking the balance between plot and adventure is the most useful. But what do you all think? Have you experienced something like this before? Comment below and let me know what you think. As always, you can follow me for more videos like this, and you can check the link in my bio for where else you can follow me and how else you can support me. But as always, until our next session, happy gaming.